Neo will soon have to make a choice: continue his life as is, or explore how deep the rabbit hole goes. Welcome to part 3 of our Matrix Secrets and Easter Egg videos. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Before we begin today's video, we would like to announce our first official giveaway for our subscribers. We will be raffling a copy of the Matrix Comics 20th Anniversary Edition, an anthology of all published Matrix comic book stories, some written by the Matrix creators themselves, the Wachowskis. All you have to do to win is be a subscriber to this channel, leave a like on this video, and leave a comment on who is your favorite Matrix character and why. The winner will be announced on August 29th, 2020. Thank you for the support, and enjoy today's video. After Neo accepts the invitation to disconnect, we move on to a nightclub. People are dancing, drinking, and having fun, yet Thomas is standing in a corner alone. This scene is a vivid depiction of hedonism, which is defined as the pursuit of pleasure, sexual self-indulgence. For the people at the club, their desire for self-satisfaction keeps them from questioning reality. They are just looking for entertainment. But Neo doesn't share in their collective divulgence. His pursuit of happiness is not finding pleasure, it's discovering the truth. He is out of his comfort zone. Then a mysterious woman walks up to Neo. She calls him by his hacker alias. No one is supposed to know that name. She introduces herself as Trinity to Neo's surprise. Many believed Trinity to be a male, the infamous hacker who cracked into the IRS database. Trinity warns Neo that they're watching him. She tells him that she knows why he lives the way he lives, sitting on his computer night after night, barely getting any sleep. He is looking for Morpheus, but what he is actually looking for is an answer to the question: what is the Matrix? Determinism is the philosophical view that all events are predetermined by existing causes. Trinity was once in Neo's shoes. She was looking for an answer. It found her, and it will eventually find Neo. An alarm clock goes off. It is now the next day, and Thomas is late for work. An interesting little constant throughout the film is that Neo always seems to be waking up from sleeping, from being unconscious, waking up from the Matrix, and even from the dead. Anyways, Meta Cortex, Thomas Anderson's place of work. Meta means going beyond or transcending boundaries. Cortex is the outer layer of the brain. Interesting symbolism, going beyond the boundaries of the mind. Neo is in his boss's office. Notice that there are 2 window washers at work. The soap on the window looks familiar to the Matrix code, doesn't it? This scene between Thomas and his boss is symbolic of Neo's current situation, talking about choice and falling in line.
You have a problem with authority, Mr. Anderson. You believe that you are special, that somehow the rules do not apply to you. Obviously, you are mistaken.
This bit of dialogue foreshadows Morpheus's conversation with Neo later in the film. He calls him special and that the rules do not apply to him.
This company is one of the top software companies in the world because every single employee understands that they are part of a whole. Thus, if an employee has a problem, the company has a problem.
A perfect definition of the Matrix. Everyone is connected to it. Everyone is part of the same whole. If only one person causes a problem to the Matrix, the entire program has a problem.
The time has come to make a choice, Mr. Anderson. Either you choose to be at your desk on time from this day forth, or you choose to find yourself another job.
We can make an entire video about every time Neo had to make a choice. Maybe more than one. All the false choices imposed by the Oracle. She was, of course, the one who came up with the idea of giving humans the ability of choice. The fact that Neo's boss is talking about choice, deciding between one path or the other, could mean that he is a program of the Matrix, not human. He is oddly similar to the architect, isn't he? The boss's ultimatum is more than a warning. It's Neo's future. In Thomas Anderson's cubicle, there are 2 city phone books. Neo is just sitting at his desk, looking at his turned off monitor, waiting for something. The cubicle is neat and practically empty of any personal items, a stark contrast to his apartment. The only thing that they have in common is their small size. His workplace is a prison. It's quiet and isolated. He doesn't see anyone, and no one can see him. A delivery man arrives with a package for Neo. The man asks his name, and Neo replies with a hint of resignation in his voice. Neo is Thomas Anderson, but Thomas Anderson represents his boring work life, a prisoner of the mundane. Neo is the hacker who is seeking freedom. His internal struggle with his duality leads him to prefer the name Neo over Thomas. Neo accepts the package. In it is a cell phone. It immediately starts ringing, and Neo answers it.
Hello, Neo. Do you know who this is?
Morpheus.
Morpheus explains to Neo that he isn't sure that he is ready to see the truth. It is highly dangerous to wake someone up from the Matrix after a certain age. Best case scenario, a person would suffer a mental breakdown. Worst case is death. Morpheus is worried about showing Neo the real world, but there is no time left. There is no more time for preparations for the inevitable. He tells them that they are coming for him. The agents are coming for Neo. Neo panics, but Morpheus tells him that if he wants to get out, he must follow his instructions. Morpheus leads Neo to an empty office. Outside the office window, there is a scaffolding. Neo of course asks Morpheus how he knows all that, but there is no time for explanation. Morpheus orders Neo to walk out the window and use the scaffolding to escape. At first, Neo refuses, but then he attempts it. Neo tries to walk around the edges of the window to reach the scaffolding, but fails. He gives up. He says to himself, "I can't do this." He doesn't believe and gets caught by the agents. This scene is another of choice making. Either trust the mystery man and escape as Neo, or get caught and arrested as Thomas Anderson. If Neo had escaped, he might have met Morpheus and seen the Matrix earlier, but this inevitability was delayed when he got arrested. Neo is escorted out of the building by the agents, while Trinity watches from a motorcycle. Someone is watching Neo in the interrogation room through many small monitors. Who is watching him? Why are there so many monitors? Anyways, the agents arrive, and the interrogation will now begin. Next time. So what can be learned from these 8 or so minutes of the film? First, there is a ton of foreshadowing, from the illusion of choice to the mysterious person watching from behind the monitors. Keep those in mind for the future videos. Or you can always watch some of our previous videos if you'd like to know what I am referring to. And second is the relationship between Neo and Morpheus. From their very first interaction, Morpheus is guiding Neo. He is the nexus to all of Neo's decision making in the film. Morpheus leads to the truth. Everything else leads back to the facade. But do you agree? Please check out our previous videos of the Matrix secrets, and stay tuned for part 4. For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.